Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the TTV News with some last events in our province, and here are our stories today. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of June the 8th, Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng and the delegates of Provincial People's Council and Go Giàu District has a meeting with voters in Phước Thành Commune. At the meeting, voters of Phước Thành Commune had some recommendations such as it is necessary to install the traffic lights at the intersection of Phước Hội A Hamlet and the road of Route 2 Phước Hội B Hamlet. They need to name the roads in the commune and definitively set the public land using disputes. Solutions to encourage the people to register for the collection and treatment for domestic waste to ensure environmental sanitation. Representatives of functional sectors and local government leaders responded to voters' right at the meeting. The delegation also recorded a number of comments to be transferred to relevant agencies to answer voters in the near future.
In the morning of June 9, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thành, head of the Provincial Party Committee's Internal Affairs Department, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Deputy Commander of the Provincial Military Command and delegates of the City People's Council had a meeting with voters in Thành Tân Commune. At the meeting, commune voters reflected on installing lights on road number 2, Thành Lợi Hamlet, road number 11, Thành Trung Hamlet, Fislus Waishun, road volunteer, paying attention to the volunteer blood donation campaign. Thereby, the leaders of the People's Committees of the City and Thành Tân communes answered and recorded the opinions of the voters to transfer the functional branches for consideration and settlement.
And at the meeting on basic construction work of the Ninh province taking place on the afternoon of June the 9th, Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Dương Văn Thắng directed, in order to complete the basic construction plan in 2023, the heads of the construction departments, branches, chairpersons of People's Committee of District, Town and Tenant City need to drastically promote disbursement of public investment faster and more efficiently by taking measures to promote digital transformation, minimize administrative procedures. The disbursement rate of the Ninh province ranked 5th out of 63 provinces and cities nationwide. Despite being classified as a group with a high disbursement rate, some projects are currently slow in construction progress. In the rainy season, it is very more difficult. However, the investor and the project management board make every effort to speed up the construction progress and capital disbursement. And Mr. Kiều Công Minh, director of the Department of Land Investment, said that in this June, try to allocate unallocated capital. And currently, the local budget has assigned for 100% of the plan in detail. The remaining unallocated central budget capital is more than 171 billion Vietnam dong, equivalent to 3.7% of the plan. The ODA capital has no need to yield is 103 billion Vietnam dong, which will be returned. And Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Dương Văn Thắng said, with an estimate of 47% of public investment disbursement in the first 6 months of the year, the province is under a lot of pressure. Investors and project management boards must carefully calculate and review well perform the task of capital disbursement in 2023. The functional units need to closely check the volume and monitor the progress of the work, guiding the best way to disburse when receiving documents. Advise the Provincial People's Committee on capital adjustment for projects that are slow to implement, appraise and submit for approval the local adjustment of urban construction, general planning, and detailed planning of resettlement area projects in the area of Trảng Bàng Town, Gieu Minh Châu District as a basis for appraisals and approval. The project investment policies according to regulations. And the Go Giàu District People's Committee also informed about some difficulties with the survey team of the Economic Purchase Department when carrying out procedures for cases where the people donate land for public works, the most common of which is donate the land for road.
Firstly, the conditions for people to donate land for road construction must be consistent with the master plan, annual land use plan, construction planning and traffic planning approved by the competent authorities. This content aims to limit the situation that people take advantage of the land donation to build roads to agricultural land, then divide the plots. However, this condition ensures the correct implementation because the current plannings have overlapping, inconsistent uniformity. in which the most difficult case is that as building a new rural area, people donated land to widen the existing and completed roads and put them into use. But the district did not carry out the design documents and methodical investment policies as current times. And up to date, these cases have not been resolved. This is also a problem of other districts in the province. Goyal District People's Committee proposed the Department of Natural Resources and Environment to study and guide localities to overcome these difficulties.
And on the 2 days of June the 8th and the 9th, Mr. Trần Lan Phương, Vice President of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Women's Union, as the head of the delegation, visited and worked with the Women's Union of Tây Ninh Province. According to the report of the Women Unions of Tây Ninh Province in the first 6 months of 2023, the unions promotes the application of information technology, raising awareness and financial capacity for officials, members, and also the women, promote cooperation between the Bank for Social Policies and Agribank in interesting activities to lend capital to develop production and family economy. Overdue debt is also guaranteed within the allowable rate and loan management in accordance with the regulations. At the meeting, representatives of the State Bank of the Bank for Social Policies and Agribank exchange and clarify more contents and coordination in appraisal, reappraisal, guiding the members and women to take loan documents, collect interest and loan capital, inspect the use of loan capital and use and recover bad debts and outstanding debts according to regulations in Tây Ninh Province. And ladies and gentlemen, on June the 9th, the Union of Science and Technology Associations held a workshop to assess the effectiveness of society after the construction of the dike to change the structure of crops in Phước Đông Hamlet, Phước Trị Commune of Trang Bàng Town. The project area is located in Phước Đông Hamlet, Phước Trị Commune with an area of 205 hectares, of which nearly 270 hectares of agricultural land is regularly flooded for a long time, low crop productivity and passive planting season. The Provincial People's Committee approved the investment policy to build a dike to prevent the floods, regulate irrigation, actively drain water, and covers nearly 270 hectares of priced land to crops of higher economic value. The dike is nearly 2,700 meters long and the works under the dike, medium voltage power system, one electric pump station. Construction started in 2018, completed and handed over and put into use from May the 6th of 2019. And the units participating in the workshop agree with the recent report on social settlement results and this time continuing to give opinions. The work is operating effectively but has not brought into full play the requirements of the project. It is not necessary to spend land on aromatic plants, but can spend 3 crops of high-yielding rice or many other value crops, and the management and maintenance of the work is not strict. Some items show signs of deterioration, and this particular project has been assigned to the locality to manage and operate improperly. It is recommended that the dike projects are assigned to a specialized industry, specifically to Tây Ninh Irrigation Exploitation One Member Limited Liability Company to manage and operate.
The chairman of the Provincial People's Committee issued Directive Number 5 on strengthening the organization of high school after high school graduation exam in 2023 in Tây Ninh Province. This exam will take place on June 28 and 29, 2023. Currently, the standing agency of the Provincial High School Graduation Examination Steering Committee is fully responsible for preparing, guiding, and organizing exams to ensure safety, seriousness, and compliance with exam regulations and current regulations, anticipating difficulties and problems in the implementation process to promptly remove, report, and propose plans to handle arising situations during the exam. Organize the preparation for students in a scientific and effective way so that students can firmly grasp their knowledge and confidently take the exam. At the same time, the Department of Education and Training coordinated with other departments, including Provincial Police, Provincial Inspector, Department of Finance, Department of Health, Department of Information and Communications, Tây Ninh Electricity and Newspaper Agencies, radio station in the province, ensure that this exam takes place safely and strictly in accordance with regulations. On the side of the Provincial Youth Union, continue to coordinate in implementing the examination relay program on timely support the candidates.
And ladies and gentlemen, Worker Month of 2023 has been responded to by trade unions in the Nan province with many practical activities contributing to taking care of workers' lives in the situation that many businesses are facing difficulties due to the influence of the world economic decline. With the theme Connecting Union Members Building Organization, the activities of the trade unions of the economic zone have focused on propagating and protecting the legitimate rights and interests of workers, welfare, cultural and sport activities contributing to taking care of the material and spiritual life of the union members and the workers. The highlight of this year's Worker Month is the program Green Week accompanying employees. The trade union of the Provincial Economic Zone has coordinated, mobilized, and signed cooperation agreements with the associates, units, and enterprises inside and outside the province, in which there are 40 stores selling consumer goods and cuisine with discounts from 10% to 50% or more than 2,700 gift vouchers is worth for 200,000 Vietnam dong and many other discount coupons. The total value of this activity is over 540 billion Vietnam dong. In addition, awarded to trade union shelter houses, it's worth for 60 million Vietnam dong to 2 trade union members with difficult housing situations, give 150 gifts to workers in difficult circumstances. Its gift is worth for 700,000 Vietnam dong. In parallel with the physical care activities, and spiritual activities such as organizing the workers' singing contest, elegant worker cuisine delicious food from my hometown. This is the first time the Trade Union of Economic Zones has organized a series of activities during a week in a row. The activities have attracted more than 20,000 turns of workers and employees.
The current situation of many businesses is difficult. The trade union of the economic zone has also mobilized more resources, as well as signed cooperation agreements with many businesses to create more resources to take care of union members and employees, as well as increase benefits for union members.
In addition, affiliated grassroots trade unions organize many activities with the themes of each grassroots union and union members' benefits, such as skill competition, dialogue with employees, rewards in activities and action, and thank you to the workers, giving the gifts and supporting money to workers in difficult circumstances, organizing the sightseeing, picnic, culture, sports with more than 50,000 union members and workers attended. The total cost of the organization is more than 8.5 billion Vietnam dong. And giving this gift to more than 100 female workers, union members, and workers in difficult circumstances with a purchase of more than 60 million Vietnam dong, and giving gift to more than 9,000 union members, workers with a total purchase of more than 1.8 billion Vietnam dong. Mobilizing the trade union members and employees to contribute funds to be one proof of 61 method trade union brought for the trade unionists in difficult circumstances in terms of housing, cooperate with the board of directors of the company to organize the awarding of outstanding workers in 2023 with a total purchase of more than 43 million Vietnam dong. During the Green Week of the Workers' Month, a very human and practical nature that touched the hearts of the union members and employees, bringing spiritual as well as material values to union members and employees for the workers here. And through the activities of Worker Month, trade unions at all levels in the province, including the unit with the largest number of union members in the province, the Trade Union of Economic Zone have performed well the role of accompanying, taking care of, to protect the legitimate rights and interests of union members, the workers, paying more attention of the party committee and the government, the political system, the business owners, and also the whole society to those in the working class. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.